Hello, friends. Nice having you all here today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time, or probably you've been viewing but you've not subscribed, please take this time to hit on the subscribe button, also the notification bell, so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit on the like button. Wonders, they say, shall never end. In fact, sometimes some people just make up their minds, irrespective of anything, to damn all the consequences and go ahead for what they want. Friends, this is real and it's live actually happening. A woman stole money at an event and hid it in her sleeves. This just happened on Saturday. This woman was a guest at an event where she pretended to be picking money. Where people are spraying money around. Definitely, you don't expect that money gets to the owner. Everything, it's not true. It doesn't happen like that. You definitely observe that some people in the crowd would decide to take the money away hiddenly. But this one, she now came as one of those that want to help them to pack the money and put in the safe for them, for the owner of the money, those that are dancing and celebrating. It was just so sad to see that this woman, while she was bending down and picking the money, she was just packing the money, hiding in her sleeves. Is this not so shameful? I know, yes, the economy is so bad. A lot of people will blame it on the situation of things, that things have gone so terrible. But the truth is this: somebody will say something that it's better they drink garri and sleep than go and steal and you'll be caught stealing. Which one is worse? That garri you've drank it peacefully. No one would even know you drank that garri except you open your mouth to start telling people, I just drank garri and slept. But the one that you go out there to go and steal, and then you be embarrassed, that thing you've stolen, you will not end up eating it. You would end up either receiving beatings or humiliation from people. This actually happened in Edo State when MC Edo Pikin, a lot of us know him now, he's a comedian, who was at an event on Saturday, May 21st, 2022. It was Edo Pikin who actually filmed this. So I'll be leaving the video behind. The link will be in the description box so that you can also see that this is not just mere story. For MC Edo Pikin to have videoed this, you should know that it was a message he wanted to pass across to people. And you see in that video how they were taking this money away from the woman's. In fact, it's not just like 1,000, it's not like 2,000 naira. Huge amount of money. You'll be wondering, how did this woman take her time to do all of this in the crowd? That is to tell you that some people are professionals. And this is where we use that word: every day for the thief and one day is for the owner. The way this woman did this thing, you will know that this is not her first time. She must have been doing this thing for a very, very long time. And what happened is this: Edo Pikin did something that have saved this woman's life. Guys, we all know these days that the latest that has been happening is that people have been taking the laws into their hands. When people do things, you find out that you hear someone was burned to death for going to steal, someone was beaten to death for stealing something, and all of that. A lot of people have died recently because people have decided to take the laws into their hands rather than either doing the right thing by taking them to the police station for the police to handle the matter themselves. But Edo Pikin had to do this to ensure that the woman was not beaten. He had to stay there, film it, and then let the other women know that this woman should not be touched. Not because he's protecting her for what she did, no, but because if he allowed them to touch her, they may beat her to death. And he thinks and he knows that that is not the right thing to do. Instead, they should do it by the law and hand her over to the authorities rather than beating her. It's better the person is locked up in cell than everybody will come beat this person, and at the end the person may not even survive the beating. And another thing is, we know that yes, things have really gone bad. So many things have been happening of late. Some families can't even feed themselves anymore. Some people have lost their jobs. Some people, their businesses are not flowing because people don't even have money to go and even buy foodstuffs. It's so bad. And when you see something like this, one, you look at it critically. For a woman to go to this extent, you will know that things have really, really gone bad. But notwithstanding, it's still better you go and open your mouth and beg. Ask the people or ask someone to assist you than going to go and steal, and especially in a public place. Unknown to this woman that someone was at the corner watching at her and allowed her to take the money as much as she could. When she was done taking the money and stealing it, put it into her sleeves, unknown to her that would be the end for her. That was when they confronted her and they started bringing out. They didn't even tell her bring out the money. They just started bringing it out from her sleeves. You're going to see the video. Once you click on the link, you would see the clip and know that this was really happening in Edo State. You could even hear the women speaking and they were all surprised and calling names, and they were so unhappy and disappointed that this woman will go out in the public place to go and do something like this. But at the end, you will find out that this woman did not do this thing because she enjoyed doing it. If we go deeply to investigate, it's either there's a problem with this woman or she's having serious issues in the home. In fact, something must have led to her doing this. In some cases, you find out that for a woman to go out in the public to do this kind of a thing, something very serious must have led to it. Not in all cases though. Some people don't even have shame. Some people, this is just the way they survive. They've made up their minds that they're not going to go and look for something to do. They want easy money. They will decide that any occasion they will go there and pretend to be one of those picking the money from the floor and take their own portion or their own share. In fact, this woman, the money she stole was just too much. You will be wondering, how did she take her time to do this thing? Like I said earlier, probably this may not be her first time, because the way this woman did this thing, when you look at the video, you would understand that probably her own time had ended with regards to stealing, and that was why she was caught. And some people are saying that they should have helped the woman, because knowing that this woman had gone out in the public to do something like this, she might have very serious problems. If they had given her time probably to listen to her, maybe she would explain why she did what she did, if it's not a usual or a normal thing for her. With that, they may give her an opportunity for her to get the help she needs. But all the same, no matter the situation people are going through, the last thing people should think of doing is to steal. That is the worst thing anybody should do, because you may think you will go there and steal and you will not be caught. Fine, the first day you go, you may not be caught. The second day, you may not be caught. It happens when you least expect. And bad enough when you go and you steal where there are angry people around. They may not spare your life. They may beat you to death. They will burn you to ashes. Except you are lucky and then you have people that may protect you, or they will just decide to take you to the police station. Otherwise, you may not live to see the next day. So why do you steal? Some people steal not because they don't have, but because they are not contented with the little one they have. They see Mr. A and they want to be like Mr. A, or they see Mrs. B and they want to look like her. That is such situations that you will see and you will be like, do you have to look like somebody else? Like I mentioned earlier, some situations are so terrible these days that some people can't afford anything. They can only afford to take a sip of gari and sleep. It's better, hide that your shame, drink that gari in your house and sleep. and then pray to God and work hard the next day and see how things can work out for you and your family. It's much more better than going to embarrass yourself in public. Okay, look at this woman now. The big disgrace she has brought on herself, it will be difficult to erase it in the minds of people. And you know, things like this, people will go around. It's an occasion where different people have come. They'll go around and start talking about how they'll tell this person, if they see her somewhere, they'll be like, oh, look at the one who came to steal. It will remain like a stigma. You know, things that are bad like this, people tend not to forget it on time. They will keep on reliving that thing over and over again. And whenever you move or wherever you are, they'll be identifying you with that particular thing you have done. So please and please, irrespective of what the situation is in the country these days, people should please try as much as they can to erase the idea of stealing from their minds, because you will only end up disgracing yourself and putting shame upon yourself and your family. It's better you ask, open your mouth and ask. Some people find it very hard to ask, but they find it easy to steal, which is just unbelievable. But please, better open your mouth and talk to someone and be genuine. Not that you go and cook up some lies. And why people don't even help people these days, you won't blame them. Some people will go and lie. Some would even lie to the extent of faking medical reports. Some would lie, put some stuff all over their body and say they were shot, they were hurt, or they had an accident. Meanwhile, it may all be lies. People have had those experiences, and that is why some people swore to themselves that they will never give arms to anybody that they see on the streets anymore. Some people will come use their own children to lie, like a woman who was pretending to be blind. She even took her own child always under the sun every single day. People were seeing her under the bridge and they were like feeling sorry for her. She's blind, she has a child. They were always helping her out, unknown to them that this woman was just pretending. Unfortunately, luck ran out of her when someone saw her in the bank depositing huge amount of money. They were like, I thought this person is blind. That was when the person raised an alarm. The woman was so ashamed of herself, she didn't even know what to say. She couldn't say anything because you've been caught red-handed. What can you say? That's when she started crying and asking people to forgive her, that she's been going through a lot of situation in her family and she needed this to support her family. Then you were doing it every single day, suffering your little child under the sun. So you can see these are the reason why people don't want to assist people. But notwithstanding, there are still some genuine people out there that are genuinely asking for help, not because they don't want to work, not because they enjoy begging, no, but because it's a situation that they can't help. It's a situation that is beyond them, and the only way out for them is to seek for assistance. And then when you encounter such people, you pay close attention to them. Sometimes you can easily discern people that are telling the truth and people that are lying. There are some people, when you look at them, you would know that they are saying the truth. That shouldn't stop us from helping when we can. But please, the idea of stealing, erase it, because you may not gain your life back at the end. This woman, God just saved her that MC Edo Pikin and some other people were there, and they tried to ensure that despite the fact that what this woman did was wrong, but they didn't want anybody to touch her, so that it may not result into something else. So guys, I'm stopping here. So I'm leaving the link in the description box below, so you watch and see that this is real, happening in Edo State on Saturday over the weekend during this particular event where MC Edo Pikin, who was the person who videoed this live. So it's a video from MC Edo Pikin that I'm going to be leaving in the description box. Friends, let's keep praying every day for God's protection and providence for ourselves and our family members. It's not easy. Things are getting difficult every day. It's not even looking like anything is getting any better, but we would not lose hope. We keep praying while we work hard to put food on our table. Nice having you all here today, friends. Please, before you leave, do not forget to hit on the subscribe button, also the notification bell, so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you. God bless you all.